Well, joining us today exclusively on Phoenix TV is number 16 and assistant captain for the Phoenix, Brett Clouthier. Brett, welcome to Phoenix TV again.
Thanks for having me, Andy.
Now, Brett, one of the things I want to talk to you about today is the impending All-Star game. And the Phoenix have already had 3 guys selected to the Northern All-Star team in Captain Kenton Smith, David Alexander Beauregard and Tony Hand. What are the chances of Brett Clouthier getting a call up to the All-Star team?
Well, I mean, the chances were slim to none, but I'm trying to carve my own path to get to the All-Star game. I've been talking with Dave Sims to try to get back on the commentary for Sky Sports if they televise the game. So, Dave, if you're out there, put me on. I already had a talk with him. He said he'd give me a go and call me up, and that's my only ticket to the All-Star game. So I think I'm going to have to go through the media industry to get into it.
I guess it would be a strange All-Star game if they started to include enforcers.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that would be the strangest All-Star game I've ever seen. But I wouldn't put it past this league to go out there and do it, to put some people in the seats. But no, I mean, if I get to commentate on that game, I'm going to really dig into the guys. So I'll have my own verbal fight up there in the television booth.
I say you've done the Sky commentary earlier in the season with Dave, and a lot of people seem to enjoy the comments you made.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a big dumb idiot. I mean, things just jump out of my mouth sometimes, and I mean, people get a kick out of it, and I just like to entertain. So I'm glad I've got such a good response with that Sky Sports, and I hope to do it again. So
is it confirmed that Sky will cover the All-Star game, or is this at the minute just a degree of wishful thinking?
Yeah, this is just me asking Dave Sims to include me in the All-Star game, and he said he had a good time doing it with me. They said it was one of the better ones they did, so hopefully they give me the call up to the All-Star game.
Now, obviously, if you were the TV pundit for the All-Star game, of course you have to take a middle road, don't you? You wouldn't be able to favour the North over the South, or would you?
No, I'm really just there for comic relief, I think, just to get in there and throw a couple jabs at the guys and commentate on some great plays and stuff like that, and throw in my nice little one-liners.
You'd take no prisoners, I take it?
No, none whatsoever. No one's safe out there. No one at all.
Excellent. So, as well as a budding career behind the camera and in TV, what else have you got on the go outside of playing for the Phoenix?
Well, I do that article there every week in the paper and the blog on the internet, and I mean that's got a good response. I guess people like to see what the boys do off the ice as well as on the ice. So, if I can give them a little bit of insight, then it makes them feel like they're part of the locker room too. And my buddy owns a company. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Power Play magazine, but I've been doing a bit of modeling. Pretty good-looking guy, I guess, and on the face of Gong Show in the UK. So they wanted to just put someone familiar that has been playing over here, and he's one of my best buddy owns the company. So he brought me in and he said, you're a pretty familiar face over there, so you might as well be the big ugly face of Gong Show hockey.
So when do we see Brett Clouthier on the catwalk then?
I don't know if you want to see me in the catwalk, maybe in an underwear lingerie show or something. I don't know, but I don't know if you ever want to see me walking down the catwalk. It wouldn't be a very nice walk at all. But
in all seriousness, though, away from playing hockey for the Phoenix, doing things like a little bit of TV work and what you're doing with the modelling, it is a welcome relief and it helps fill some of the spare time.
The modelling.
You said it.
That's a joke, but. Yeah. I mean, anything to do to really, I just do this stuff really to promote the club, and a little bit myself too. I mean, you like to get out there. I like to do this kind of stuff. It's no big deal for me. It's something I'd like to pursue actually after hockey. I think I could be, maybe a radio. I don't know if I have the face for TV, but radio definitely. Maybe I can get on something there. But it's just basically number one is to promote the club, get out there and. Tell people about Manchester Phoenix and to come down to the rink and come watch the game and, just try to get kind of an uplifting, comic kind of mood with it where people are being like, well, that guy's pretty funny or he says some off-the-wall stuff and, these guys must seem like, really, really neat guys. I'm going to go down and see what they're all about.
And in the same vein as helping to promote the club, yesterday, of course, the team were involved in the promotion with Hyundai Manchester. How did that go?
It went really well, actually. I went out on a test drive, and the the guy I was test driving with, I didn't know he was a driving, not an instructor, but a licensing guy there, the guy who gives out the license. So I was driving and I saw a yellow light. I'm like, I'm going through this one. And, and I didn't know. He's like, you know what I do for a living? And I was like, no. He's like, I'm the licensing guy. I was like, oh God. I go, I would have been a lot better hands on, 10 and 2 and being all good. He says, you did pretty good, except for that one. And I even told him, I go, I'm going through this one. So if I would have known that, but it went well. I mean, I don't know if anyone bought any cars. I know the guy I went out with didn't buy a car because he didn't like the gearbox or whatever. But Hyundai's, they got good cars and they've been great supporters of us. And, it's good to do something with them.
I was going to say the actual product itself is, getting away from hockey a bit, the actual products of Hyundai, it's not a bad little car, is it?
No, not at all. I mean, we were fortunate enough for them to give us all of our cars this year, and we've had no problems. They've been magnificent cars, and me, I always come over here. You always give me a small car, and they're actually pretty spade roomy in there. See the car, it's just about size up to my leg, but I get in there and I got a lot of headroom and a lot of room, so they run well, and we've had no problems whatsoever. So hey, good job, Hyundai.
Excellent. Now, getting back to hockey, and of course, Friday night saw the Phoenix on the road in Sheffield, and we went down 5-3, but the game was a lot closer than that scoreline suggested.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like a really good hockey game, to tell you the truth. I mean, it was kind of back and forth, and, the tempo was up big time, and, it was just the way it went is they capitalized on all of our mistakes, and we didn't capitalize on all their mistakes. That's about it. We make 5 mistakes, they put 5 goals in the net. They're a good team. That's what they did, but could have went either way. If we don't make those mistakes, or if there's a lot of chances where we missed the net or we didn't bear down in front of the net. Could have went either way, but it was a great game, and I know that Tony and the rest of the boys are proud of the way we played, but not proud of the result, obviously, because you always want to win, but you don't hang your head after a loss like that. You just pick it up and you try to give that same amount of energy in tonight's game, and maybe the outcome will be a bit different.
And of course, on Friday night, we saw the return of Kyle Bruce. How good was that for the team to be that little bit more balanced with the extra player out there?
Oh, it's way more balanced now. 3 lines can go a lot more. I mean, no disrespect to Carl Graham, but we were playing a bit less. We were playing more 2 lines, and then we'd get in there once in a while. But now it's like a steady 3rd line, and he brings a lot to the table. He got into a fight there at the end of the game, and he hits really hard, and he's a good forechecker. He's an energy guy, and a guy like that can uplift the team and get everyone else's energy levels up.
I was going to say the fight towards the end of the game with Brad Cruikshank, and considering that Kyle's not been on the ice for about 5.5 weeks now, he did really well in that scrap.
Well, I don't think you ever lose that. I mean, if you get injured, I think it's his skating that's going to be more affected than his punching. But if not, he'd be able to punch better. He should be working on the heavy bag at the gym with a bad foot. But no, he did really well. I mean, he was going out there. We'd already pretty much lost the game because he took that penalty there at the end. So we knew that it wasn't going to happen. So he was causing some trouble. And even though you lose and it's good to go out that way. Just say, hey, we're not going to go out without a fight. We're not going to accept this loss, and we'll win it. We'll win the game somehow, and we won the fight.
Just sends a message to the opposition right the way through the league.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, so Brett, so tonight it's the Belfast Giants, and it's another tough game. Belfast are on a bit of a roll, but like you said before, we don't get too down on a loss, so it'll be even Steven going into the game.
Yeah, I mean, they're a great team. We've played them hard this year. They played us hard, I think. We're pretty even in the games, and, it's going to be the same kind of game as Sheffield. And like I said, we got to bear down in front of the net. That's our problem right now is our offense and bearing down in front of the net, and our defense is just making those little mistakes. And then, if they cost us, they'll make us pay. I mean, they're a good team. So cut down on our mistakes and bury our chances in front. We'll be smooth sailing, I think. And we got to bring the same energy level as we did in Sheffield.
Well, excellent. Brett Clouthier, model, TV pundit, and now a prospective coach. By the way, you're talking. Many thanks for joining us as usual on Phoenix TV.
Thanks a lot, Andy.